Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's video break. Psalm 42:10. My bones suffer mortal agony as my foes taunt me, saying to me all day long, where is your God? Now, David's oppressors were very cynical. They were very critical. They're slanderous. They pointed to him and said, okay, if your God is so great, if your God is who you think he is, does this ever happen to you? Where is he? Why is he allowing you to go through this season? Why is he allowing us, to overtake you? Because they were slandering him, trying to demean his authority, trying to get others to, to follow them instead of follow David. David went through some awful situations, but so do we. All of our situations look different, but there are times, don't you ever hear or think you're hearing that others are thinking, okay, if my God was as good as he says he is, I've heard this so many times. Why is he allowing me to go through this situation of life? And some of you might even be asking yourself that. You don't need an enemy to tell you that because, you're hearing it. Could be the enemy trying to deter you away from God. And so I asked a lady one time when she was, on her little rant, and she knew it. She knew it was self-pity. She knew that all she kept thinking about was what she didn't have, and so it rolled out into, if you do that, it'll roll out into a self-pity phase. And so it affects us emotionally, affects us physically. This was a physical reaction David was suffering from. It brings harm to us. And the more we go down that road, the worse it gets. And so the answer is, and this is relief for me. Now, you might be thinking I'm crazy, but why not me? Why do I think that only God owes me good? To me, it turns it upside down and asks me to ask some more difficult questions to God, like help sustain me through it, and get me on the other side, But in the meantime, I know that God is walking with you and I through some difficult times. I've been through some difficult seasons where, the picture isn't good. And, I want to take another photo and put that in my memory. We don't take photos of the bad in our life. We only want to see the good. Why is that? Because our minds are trained to think the good, that God owes us that. God doesn't owe you and I anything. And yet he's given us his son, Jesus, and of course, given us salvation. Of course, now we get to live for eternity. But we're going to have seasons where it doesn't look so good. But can't God give us help through that place? Wouldn't it be more remarkable to say God didn't heal me, but he sustained me through it by his love and his grace and his mercy. And he's given me peace, and yes, I might have thrown some tantrums along the way, but I didn't forget who God is. I didn't put this expectation on God that only you can give me good. Because if so, it becomes bitterness when our life is not always good. And, there's no promise. But James says, consider it pure joy when you face these kinds of trials. Because they're gonna build in you. And we've all heard it. It's either going to make you bitter or better. And so, friends, we have a choice. Today could be one of those great days of not a change that's going to happen in my situation, but I'm going to beg and turn to God for mercy to help me through it. Be blessed, my friend.